Okay, sorry for the crappy voice quality, but I'm going to show off my little program here. I've built a program that is going to go into a cosplay suit of armor. If you can look over here, you can see it's got two little buttons, and it's got an LED. There's some other LEDs. They're not currently active in the project. I was using them earlier for testing, but now that I got the colored LED working, it's a much better indicator of what's going on in the system. So, once again, sorry for the poor quality. Basically, the armor has a couple of different states. It's got a unpowered state, which you're currently seeing. That's the LED is lit up blue. It has a powered state in which the LED will be lit up red, and it's got an overdrive state where the LED will be lit up white. Now, the powered state and the overdrive state both consume fuel. So right now, if I try and go in, you'll see it doesn't do anything. The light doesn't change color. That's because there's no fuel currently in the system. In order to add fuel to the system, I have to go to the refueling state, which I will press the second button. The light goes green. I can press this button to add a minute of fuel. I press it again to add another minute of fuel. Then I can press the other button to go back to the unpowered state. Now from here, I can press the button that I was using to add fuel to jump. Oops. Powered state. And maybe that I didn't actually. So there's still some bugs with the buttons. Currently I've got a 1-second delay between any button press. It waits 1 second before it goes on to the next stage. So let me go back to the refueling stage. Wait for a second here. And then we're going to press this button. That should add some fuel. Now we're going to wait another second or two here. I'll press the button again. I'm going to be adding an LCD display soon. So I won't have to worry about that anymore. So we're back to unpowered mode again. Now we're in powered mode. This is currently running at normal power mode, in which it consumes fuel, 1 second of fuel per second. But now in overdrive mode, it consumes it twice as fast, and this can be confirmed by the output on the screen, which currently is not running because I do not have the Arduino thing open. But this does consume fuel much faster, and what happens is when it runs out of fuel, it goes back to the unpowered mode again, and then you won't be able to go back to powered mode or overdrive mode until you add more fuel to it. Now, the reason why we did all this is because it is very difficult to track in the middle of a game exactly how much fuel you've used, and we wanted to build something for this suit of armor that is going to help you track that. So it's going to have an LCD display that actually tells you a little clock with how much fuel you've got left. You'll see it just went back to blue again. That's because it ran out of fuel. It goes through it very quickly when it's in overdrive mode. I guess I only maybe added a minute there. That seemed like it was like about 30 seconds that it ran. But yes, we're going to have an LCD display. It's not hooked up yet. It's over my bucket to the right. And we're going to have, so let's see, here's the display. That's the display right there. Currently, like I said, not hooked up. Set that aside. We also have a, well, this is a box containing the wave shield. That's coming right up. It turns out it's not assembled. I have to assemble that myself. I'm a little nervous about it, so I'm going to be doing that this weekend. And I've got the ring. That's one of those rings of lights, the what they call it, NeoPixel lights. So that is eventually going to replace the multicolored LED that's in there right now. That's just a temporary solution until I get that one wired up. And then I've also got a whole strand of lights. These are going to go along the back of the armor. There's sort of a metal spine that I'm building on the back of the armor that you can see in some of the pictures, and this is going to run inside of that. I'm not sure, looking at this now, that I have enough lights to go up and down both sides, but I think I can manage it. And that's going to go more or less the same color as the other NeoPixel ring. I got a bunch of other little odds and ends. I got the infrared depth sensors today in the mail, so I'm excited about that. But all of those I'm going to have to play with later. So once again, sorry about this. I have my own film equipment, but the computer that I have doesn't have a FireWire cable, and we're really rushed for time this weekend. So for now, we're just getting a shitty video, and thank you for sitting through it. And next time it'll be a much more better, more interesting video. So thanks. Bye.